Hey guys, welcome to Protocol Point. Okay, so in this Flutter tutorial, let's check out how to integrate in-app WebView in Flutter. So let's get started. So here is the demo app being created. So it has a button that will open a in-app WebView in Flutter app itself. So when I press on this button, you can see there is a progress indicator and the website get loaded into my Flutter app itself. Okay, so let's understand how to integrate this thing in our Flutter application. So let's get started. Okay, so now we are in our Android Studio IDE and here is a Flutter project being created by name Flutter InAppWebview example. Okay, so now I have removed all the default code, that is the counter code given by Flutter, and I have just added a button that will open a website. So you can see over here at the center of a screen I have a button. When I press on this button, I want to open a website that will get loaded into a app itself. Okay, so for this we are going to make use of a library called as Flutter in-app WebView. So you just need to add this library under dependency section of your pub specification.yaml file. Okay, so after adding that, just hit this pub get button. Okay, so this will install the library in your Flutter app as an external library. Okay, so now after doing that, you just need to import it wherever you are going to make use of. Okay, so here what I will do is I will just create one more page, one more dart file, and name it as my website. Okay, so here I have created a dart file by name my website. So first of all, we need to import material.dart and create a stateful widget. Okay, so I will just name this class as my website. Okay, so here it is a container, so I will just change it to scaffold widget for now. Okay, so now in the scaffold widget under body property, I want to show my in-app web view. Okay, so from here let's navigate the user to this page when the button is been pressed. Okay, so for that I will just make use of navigator dot push context material page root. Okay, context, and from here I want to navigate the user to my web page. So this is the page. So by doing this, the our file will get automatically imported over here, you can see. Okay, so now when the button is been pressed, the user will be navigated to page 2, that is my web page. Okay, so here, so now as we have added this library, we need to import it over here. So import Flutter in-app WebView. Okay, so by doing this, you can make use of this widgets to inside our body property of a scaffold widget. Okay, so before doing that, there are some requirement, like we need to declare of some variables. So let's do that. So here first for progress bar, we need a progress variable. So double progress, and initially we will set it to 0. And the second thing is we need in-app WebView controller. So let's initialize it over here. Okay, so this will be initialized later in the app view itself. Okay, so now here body. Okay, so as we are going to show a web view and progress indicator in our app itself, as I shown in the demo over here. So you can see there is a progress indicator being shown, and after that the website gets loaded. So for this, the better option is to make use of stack widget. So let's make use of it over here. Okay, stack widget, and inside children property we can add widgets. So first thing is we need in-app web view. So here there are various properties that you can make use of. The first thing is to load a URL. We must make use of initial URL. So URI request URL URI dot parse, and here you need to pass your URL of the website that you want to load. Okay, so the website will get loaded by this property. Okay, so now to control our website, we need some controllers to be attached. Okay, so for that there are various properties been given, such as on view created. Okay, so here once the website is been loaded, we need to add this controller, that is the website controllers, to our local variable, that is in-app controller that we have created over here. So we can do it in this property. So here in-app controller. Okay, so here in-app WebView controller is equal to this controller, like this. Okay, so by doing this we can just control our website that is been loaded. Okay, Now over here, so to show a progress bar, we can make use of on progress change. Okay, so here there are two parameters or functions that we need to pass. One is controller and the second parameter is the progress bar. Okay, so this function or a property will keep on repeating, and we will get the progress of how much the website has been loaded in this property. Okay, so now for example, when our websites load, so you can see I'm just showing a progress indicator like this, and once it is 100% loaded, then the progress indicator will become invisible. Okay, so this has been controlled from this function. Okay, so over here, set state, our progress is this one, this variable, and we need to add it with this progress divided by 100. Okay, so whatever is the progress being passed over here, we are assigning the value to our progress bar, progress variable over here. So now our website loads in this web view. Okay, so let's check if it is working or no. Okay, so one thing I forgot is I need to add a URL. So I will just add my website URL in this widget. So over here, refresh. Let's wait. Yeah. Okay, so when I press on this button, so you can see our website will get loaded into a second. But as you saw, there was no progress, there was no nothing. So user, to indicate the user, we need to show something to the user, that is the website is getting loaded. Okay, so now website, this in-app web view is been successfully loading. So I need to just show a progress bar now. Okay, so here we can make use of our variable. If the progress indicator value is less than 0, then what we can do is we can just show a container. Okay, so inside this container I will just show a linear progress indicator widget, and here I will just pass the value that is been updated in this variable. Okay, and now once the progress is been successfully loaded, or a website has been successfully loaded to 100, then we can just show a empty widget. So in this case I will just show a sized box without any data in it. Okay, so now let's hot refresh and check. Okay, so you can see there is a progress bar being shown over here, but here what is happening is the app is getting loaded in status bar itself, so it is acquiring the space of the status bar also. Okay, so what I can do is I can just wrap this or this widget with a safe area like this. So you can see now it is not acquiring the space of status bar. Okay, and now when I navigate the page like this, and when I press on the back button, you can see our app is getting directly exited to the back page. Okay, so this should not happen. When the user navigate to some pages, when he press back button, the user should be able to go to the previous page like before. Okay, so for this what we can do is first of all we need to wrap this scaffold area, safe area with a widget called as will pop scope. Okay, so by making use of this, we can control our back press of the user. Okay, so now over here return false. Okay, now here what we can do is let's initialize a variable called is last page. So I'll just name it as is last page, and to this variable I will just get the data from our webview controller dot can go back. Okay, so here if it can go back, then this will be true, and if it cannot go back means if it is the last page, for example, so this is the last page, this from this page the user can go back. So at this time the this variable will be true, and if the user is in this page, then he can directly exit the app to the previous page. Okay, so here if is last page, then controller dot go back. Okay, and return false. Yeah, so we need to add a await key over here. Okay, and here if it can go back, then I can just show the true button. Okay, so now let's check. The progress bar is being shown. I can navigate to different pages from my Flutter app itself. And when I press on back button, you can see the previous page is getting loaded like this. Okay, so that's all for this video tutorial. Thanks for watching. Please do subscribe Point. The complete source code of this tutorial will be on my website protocolduspoint.com. So you can just get the source code from there. So thanks again for watching the video tutorial.